What's good, Big Blue family? Welcome to Big Blue Reborn, where we talk real New York Giants football, no fluff, no corporate takes, just honest breakdowns and real standards. I'm Milton. I'm here with my cousin Ethan, and we're back with another breakdown. You already know, if you're not already subscribed to us and you happen to stumble upon the channel and you're watching us for the first time, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hype the video so that we can get to the other Giants fans. But we got a great episode for you guys today. We're going to break down, of course, our first preseason game. A little late, we wanted to let the game sit for a little bit. So we can give you some reactions, not some overzealous, feeling kind of crazy, still emotional after the game. We want to give you, some accurate reactions as to
let it marinate.
Exactly. Let it marinate. Let it marinate a little bit. But we're gonna get into this Vikings preview, man. What did we actually learn? For me, let's start with the biggest winner, I would say, of the game. Winner, I would say, of the game, Malachi Fields.
Yes, sir.
Gotta be Malachi Fields. He's got that touchdown catch from Dart. His receiving, blocking, and special teams. He was out there and he was excited to do all three things. Harbaugh even praised him about the complete performance. So he's definitely making a serious roster case. His stock is rising on this team. And we've seen him making catches in training camp too. So when you see him catching over other defenders on the other team, it definitely sits right. What you think?
Stuff we see in practice.
Did Fields do enough? Did Fields do enough to change how you see him?
No, he definitely improved his stock, in my opinion, as well. He had 3 receptions for 34 yards, 1 touchdown, 11.3 yards per reception. He was 3 for 3. His longest was 15 yards. There were certain things like you did notice say that he was on special teams. Things that I like was on offense, they would motion him in like behind the tackle and between the guard, and he would like come up to create like a different type of mismatch. There was a couple plays where he got up in between them and he got popped by a linebacker, but he didn't go down. There was nothing crazy, falling down. So the young man's strong. You've seen that on the touchdown reception, strong hands, going up and get it. Dart gave him a chance. Yeah. I just like that he was able to do exactly what we drafted him to do, to go up and get the ball, and just being smart on that scramble drill. You see your quarterback, rolling out. Instead of going straight to the sideline, he rolled up towards the end zone, and now it's 1-on-1. And I believe that was all the Vikings starting defense. I believe maybe a couple of players went out, but I believe that was, some of their starters. So,
yeah,
we didn't have all our starters. So I like the fact that he went out there and made a play against a competent competition.
Yeah, he looked good. Another rookie who stood out to me. Let me know if you agree with this one, but another rookie that stood out, Jack Kelly.
Who?
Jack Kelly was balling, man. Jack Kelly was moving all over the field. He had 5 tackles. He was aggressive downhill. We definitely saw some blitzing ability too. So he's not gonna be like no sleeper coming off the bench. Like he's gonna definitely be a useful tool on the team. So 6th rounder that we drafted, but he's definitely playing with a lot of confidence. He looked like he belongs. He feels good. And then special teams will definitely be his path to make sure he makes it on the 53.
Right. But even with Jack Kelly, his pass rush ability, that's why he got so many sacks at BYU. He I think he had 100% win rate on his like pass rush because he definitely created opportunities for other players to make plays. I think he was the reason why Darius Alexander got his sack, I believe. That was a tackle for loss because he came through and just hit the fullback and, just created commotion in the backfield where, the quarterback had to step up. and that's how Darius Alexander got that sack. And there was another play, and I think it was like third or fourth quarter, where it was a goal line. I They ended up getting the drive extended, but he came through and hit the running back in the backfield, and it just showed like, yeah, he's physical, comes through and makes a play, stop for a tackle for loss. I mean, stopped at the line of scrimmage and didn't let them get into the end zone. So you see that he has that pop, and like you said in a couple previous pods, that he's quick. So I'm glad to see that his pass rush ability was on display, and you know he was able to put pop on contact and just make people know that he's out here. You know, it's just going to take some time. Like you can tell that he's it's going to take some time for everyone to grow. He's
Get
not like
into get into
he's
the NFL shape.
right exactly. He's going to be able to get into that rotation earlier than we think.
I was
That's
really
that's what,
happy. I was really happy to see that the speed didn't fall off with the pads.
right.
Sometimes, you could say anybody's running. Like, you remember how I said, he was running with Calvin Austin. They didn't have pads on, though. You know what I'm saying? So everybody looks fast without pads. But the fact that he's still flying around with these pads on, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Next thing in the game, Dart. He wasn't in there for long, but 3 for 4, 26 yards and a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Dart, that connection to Fields, it looks like it's starting to grow. He's starting to get a lot more camaraderie with him. I'm starting to see a lot more trust when he's looking his way. Dart looked composed. He didn't look like he didn't fit in the pocket. He didn't look like it was something brand new to him. He looked good.
Right.
Of course, took that unnecessary hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tracy missed a block. It's look, I'm not about to vilify Tracy for missing one block in preseason, but
Mm.
on the same in the same conversation, like that was a major fucking hit.
Yeah, it was. And
So yeah, I get you made a mistake, but let's turn around and Dart doesn't get up.
right.
Turn around and that blue tent visit that he had to go to doesn't come out positive. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been a
Right.
situation. Like I was a free
Yeah.
hit from a defender and that man is trying to make the roster. So it's definitely a mistake that cannot happen. And
Right.
my man Harbaugh was playing with that shit. Boy, that boy had Najee Harris on that roster. So
Yeah, he said, "I'm gonna find somebody that can block." And what's crazy? The thing that I'm not saying that I like about the hit, even though like the defensive side about me was like, bro, that's a clean hit. They don't
yeah,
really hit quarterbacks no more. But unfortunately, it was our quarterback. First of all, that was a really easy blocking assignment for Tracy. He should have never missed that. He just didn't get his head around. That's something that should have never happened. Even especially in preseason. They weren't trying to disguise anything. Like it should not have happened. But the resiliency, because I think it was like 2 plays later, if Dart he goes to the tent and everything, we get that big play from Singletary and Winston.
Yep.
And now we're, in the red zone, and Dart comes back out there and throws a touchdown. So he shows like the resiliency of our quarterback to be able to take a hit, step out for the game, come back, and now throw a dart to the end zone.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah, they gotta this whole blue tent, every time he gets touched, they gotta kill that shit. They kill that noise, bro.
Right, yeah. But
they're not doing that with any other quarterback. And
right, it's just that he has like a history of it. So it's like when you're a repeat offender, they're gonna, take a look at it. And the thing is, it would have been different if he had got hit and popped right back up. But since he was on the ground, he was just like, dang, I ain't been hit in a while.
look,
and then got
dude speared him with his helmet into his chest, bro. He couldn't breathe. Have you ever had the wind knock that in?
yes. I fell on a football before, bro.
You're not popping back up. You sitting there trying to catch your breath. You gotta breathe, bro. Like
so
the only option he would have had is to like turn over and he would have been on all fours, try to fucking crawl off of the field. There was no popping back up in that particular situation. I understand where you're coming from, like get up quick, or like hop up and hold your arms like this so that way you can catch your breath. I get that, but in a situation you react.
Yeah, and you got to look at it like the spotters are doing their job, man.
Yeah.
Like if they don't do that, and like more often they like, nah, I think he'd be all right. Like, nah, what if something actually happens?
But it,
So
but is this a bigger issue? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Is this a bigger issue that we need to look into as far as them not being their process is broken? Because they have never taken him to the tent and brought him back out and said he had a concussion. The only concussion that he had last year, Dayball sent him back in to the blue tent
mm,
and said that he wasn't right. So they never caught it. So I think their process is not correct. This wasn't even a hit to his upper. They didn't hit his upper body. They didn't hit his helmet or anything. So,
mhm,
and it wasn't an immediate like his head smacked the ground. So like
right.
the process is not being. I don't think the
It's
process is being done
unfortunate,
properly. There, I get it. I appreciate you looking out for my quarterback, but they need
right?
to get it under control. Because like, look, we can talk about this now. It's a preseason game, but let's say for God forbid this was a
Yeah,
we're talking about week 11,
right. Trying to
divisional
make it.
game, and they took him out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
instead of that being instead of that ending up as the next play being a screen to get us down to the red zone, it's a 3-and-out.
yeah,
Which could have changed the whole thing. And it's all because they decided to take him to the tent, and then there was no issue.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like, are we going to be upset about 1 to 2 plays that he's not in, or be upset that he's going to miss the rest of the season? Just because
I hear you.
they missed something. So I get what you're saying, but there's always two sides of the coin. So
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't have a history of always trying to put his head down, or some type of extra contact that makes him go into the blue tent, then I don't think they would have done that. Like, there's plenty of players, running backs, that get hit by defensive linemen. It was a quarterback or a safety that hit him. Like, and they're on the ground, whatever, and they hop in the huddle for the next play. So I think it's just the person, place, and time. It's just, him being hit a couple of times. So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. So,
They just pushing this narrative too strong to where like
yeah.
it's like anytime he hits the ground now, they're like, yo, to put him in the tent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta have some sort of control over it. I get it, I understand it, I appreciate it. Please take care of my quarterback. But like, goddamn, let him play.
No,
Um
like, I mean,
Luke,
thank God that you know
he
the
was good.
next play was you
Yeah.
know I'm gonna talk about it later, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um the next thing that I got into after talking about like Dart, as far as a key takeaway, was my
hmm
biggest concern. My biggest concern from the preseason, biggest concern for me was our defensive depth is scary, bro. Shit
um,
don't look good. Like we
right,
played with a lot of our depth players, and I don't know if it's scheme, them not knowing, them not being ready, them being nervous. I don't know what it is, but it didn't look great. Starting talent isn't the question. We already know what we got.
yeah,
The
it's the depth.
depth got tested. You know what I'm saying? Their first play,
Mhm.
they gashed us with that 12-yard run on the up
Yeah,
middle
the
and then
run
to the
defense.
sideline. Like you got a piece, you got to touch a little bit of all of our defense, and nobody took them down until after 12
hmm
yards.
I mean, yeah, Tremont Edmonds wasn't out there. Brian Burns wasn't out there. So I would like to think maybe Javon Holland wasn't out there.
Yeah, yeah. I
That
mean, the two defensive linemen that we just Shelby Harris and
yeah,
Reader, they didn't play.
yeah, they weren't out there. So
I
I would
get
like
it,
to think that makes a world of difference because they got a double team Reader, which
but our depth
I,
got to be able to, we can't be giving up first downs on a consistent clip.
right. And I feel like we started to tighten down on that. It's just like that was like the first real contact play after, just, going against your own team for so often, so much. So
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to vilify the team. It's the first preseason, but
Right,
but
exactly. So
but
they just gotta lock in for real, for real. It's
throughout
just
the
like
game, I still feel like the interior defensive line, our depth is just not there.
right.
Um,
It's going to be an issue.
and then honestly, that's it. The run defense, man. That's my only concern. We
Yeah.
got to get this run defense tightened up. That's the main.
Mhm.
I do believe that our starters will be able to control a lot more of the situation, and we will be able to stop more of the run when our depth players come in. it's going to be situational. Like
Mhm.
Darren Wilson's going to put people in the right places so that way they can do what they need to do. But
Right.
it's our depth, our players that do need to be conditioned to play better.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah. Um,
Are
just
you concerned with the depth?
yeah, on the defensive line, not so much on the linebackers just yet. I mean, with Kelly looking a little bit better, we didn't see Tremont Edmonds. Arvell Reese is still coming into his own. He had a lot of great uh, contact plays. I just think that they just have to get those reps in. Like, with the first, not to worry too much, but I feel like just once we get everybody in front of them, like when Edmonds is out there and Arvell Reese is able to play more freer, you know, then I feel like the run defense will look a lot better.
Yeah.
He did have a couple of run tackles, and I just feel like once Edmonds is out there and Reader, like our actual starting defense, and I feel like we'll see that against Miami when we'll have more of our starters out there because I don't think anyone's going to play in the third. So we might see more starters now in this
Um,
this Dolphins game. So, but I mean, the defensive depth is a little concerning, but it's good to see that the corners weren't looking crazy. Yeah, there were some penalties. Deontay Banks was looking better, more aggressive. I mean, there were some penalties, but I feel like they were ticky-tacky penalties.
yeah.
Um, I did see Deontay Banks getting in on the run game. That was encouraging to see. I even seen him put like a post online saying football's getting fun again. Like, he's just, the coaching is really getting to him. So that's a good thing. And our secondary, well, I always forget his name. Our safety, the one that actually played.
Javon?
No, not Javon, the other one.
Nubu?
Yes, Tyler Nubin. He had a play where he came through. I think it was like in the first quarter. He was just looking aggressive and looked like he was able to read the ball a little bit more and read the player progression. He came through, and I thought it might have been a penalty. He got there a little bit early, but he came as a pass breakup, and it's just their defense is just looking a little bit more aggressive. So I just think with more time, allowing them to gel, that's a good thing. Denard Wilson's scheme is looking good. It's just once we get the players on the field, I feel like we'll be a lot better off. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, Brian Flores don't fuck with us.
oh yeah, nah, he
That man was tripping. He was
yeah.
fourth quarter. This man is bugging out.
It's because Brian Dable got the job,
I
and
know.
you
I
everywhere you see it's just
remember.
like the wrong Brian,
I
white
remember
Brian, black Brian.
that whole situation. Like I get it, but like, god damn, bro, that man. yo,
Yeah, and
yo.
there was a play where Dart took the first sack, and he was about to throw it to I think it was a single receiver on the right side, and he almost threw it, and then he brought it down. And it's like that's good to see that Dart's not throwing interceptions. He really doesn't throw too many interceptions, so that's a good thing. But it was just like Brian Flores was like trying to get that pick six for his safety, and he did it. So it was like a good thing that Dart, he tucked it. Yeah, he took the sack or whatever. He took 2 sacks on the day, but it's just like,
I think it's gonna be hard for like to me the way I look at it, the way Dart was handling the defense. Like I think he's seen it already. He
yeah,
sees it. He
exactly.
sees it
So
at practice all the time. With Denard. So I think
right,
I really like the composure from Dart.
right, exactly. The
How he
composer was,
handled himself, and
hmm
then going to the tent, coming back out and throwing that touchdown, and then going to sit down for the rest of the
exactly
game. Like I
right.
really love that. So
Um,
we're gonna leave that alone. And just like you said, that was the next thing I was gonna say. Like I had a few other defensive takeaways. Like we said earlier, Jack Kelly's he looks active. He's all over. Um,
mhm.
the cornerbacks, they did have like Colton Hood. He did have a few rough patches.
Yeah,
Some of his
yeah.
like he did have some rookie plays, some rookie mistakes,
Mhm.
things like that. I'm not concerned
Right.
because again, with cornerbacks, being out there with the different sets and trying to move with the corners and things of that nature, move with the receivers, I should say. I'm not
Yeah,
concerned. I think with Newsome in his ear and the other corners in the room,
yeah.
he's
It's
gonna
just
be
gonna
in
take
good
time.
hands. Deontay Banks looks much better than he used to. I even saw him like he turned his head. It blew my
Right. Hey, I thought you heard something. He said
Nah,
he
nah.
turned his
He
head.
turned he turned his head. He turned his head.
Yeah,
And I've seen a few. We're gonna get into it when we get to like this Miami stuff, but he's
yeah.
looking back at the ball. So like he's
Hmm.
looking good. We need cleaner tackling and we need to
Yeah,
shore up the interior so that way they can't run up the middle.
yeah.
I
And I
think
feel
on the
like
edges,
just
they're not gonna go far, but I need to make sure that they're not running up the middle and breaking 8, 9 yards up the middle of the gut. Like we can't have that.
right, exactly. And I think just once we get our full starters on there, I think it shouldn't be like that. We just had, Darius Alexander. Oh, snap. I wish Darius Alexander was taking better care of, his position as a starting defensive nose tackle. Like he I would want him to have that breakout. That's why I'm going to be watching him in this next upcoming game. Like he has to take that step up. Yeah, he got the sack, but like besides that, what else did he
Gotta see
really
more.
do? He wasn't really taking on double teams like that. So it's just
Mhm.
like you got to step up.
Gotta see more.
Yeah. And no, before we move on, Jordan Addison didn't catch that first pass. That
It was
wasn't
a
a
drop.
pass.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
it
with
was a
you.
drop.
That's
And
the
the
drop.
challenge, I like that about Harbaugh. Like it deserved to be reviewed. Um, Isaiah Likely is going to get a lot of passes. Dart threw 3 completions, 2 of them to Likely, first downs, so that's good. Matt Nagy's play calling was solid. We were able to move the ball as far as even when our starting quarterback wasn't in there, and we hit him for a really big play to Singletary. Singletary is a good change of pace.
They're gonna have a
Um,
hard time picking and choosing who they stick.
right, exactly.
Malik
So
Neighbors comes back. Like, who are
right
you?
now, the offense changes drastically. You
Oh,
got roll coverage to that side, and then if Malachi Fields is getting 1-on-1 and Dart's throwing it up, like bro, don't get me started.
telling you right now. Yo, okay, okay. Let me
Yeah,
ask
and
you. Let
then
me ask you. Let me ask you one more question before we
go
before
ahead.
we move to the spotlight. Right. Um. After game one, are you more confident or less confident, or exactly where we were as far as kickoff is concerned with the team moving forward?
Well, as an overall, uh, I would like defensively. I feel like we're moving further than the offense. Offensively, um, I would just like to see I mean, I would like to see Dart get more comfortable in the offense. Like, yeah, there was a couple of two throws and everything, but I felt like he was still trying to do more Dart magic. And, you can win with that at times, but that can't be the reason you're winning.
It
Like, you
can't.
got to be able to,
It's not.
so
It's not sustainable for 4 quarters.
exactly. So, yeah, I get it. Maybe if you got 10 plays in the drive, or let's say in one half you get 30 plays in one half, you might want to see Dart Magic one time on a third down or something like that. And like, all right, yeah, he made it happen, right? But then every other play is like within rhythm, good running and everything. And then like, okay, yeah, fourth quarter, you got to get it done. So now you get to see a little bit more. Like, I don't want to see that like every third down or every second down, like, where he looks like he's trying to. But Andrew Thomas wasn't out there.
I, I was
So,
I was gonna say like I don't think that like we again take it with a grain of salt. Um,
mhm.
we definitely didn't get like a full offensive feature.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of
So
course.
I feel like he's gonna have more on in rhythm throws and things of that nature because
Hmm.
there's going to be the play action
Yeah.
and things of that nature. So I feel like
Then the players as well.
there's gonna be a lot more there's going to be a lot more moving pieces that we're not going to see during preseason.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't think we did too much motion, but
Not too
I
much.
think that's going to be added into it. So we're going to see. Um, I'm just glad that there was no crazy interceptions besides like Brandon Allen, and I hope that man never sees the field.
That was the
J-
last thing I had. Like 53 men stock up and down. Malachi Fields and Jack Kelly definitely moved up on the roster. Brandon Allen needs to be cut. Like
yeah,
he shouldn't have
yeah. I
even
think they
been
got
right on the
the
butt.
dude from the Saints. He looked a little zesty, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was bad. When he threw that first pick, I knew it was downhill from there. I was like, good God.
Yeah, for real.
Who is this
Jameis
guy
Winston,
again?
his stock. I'm glad he's our backup. He was looking decisive. Every pass he looked strong out there. Even if it was just like a hitch or a curl real quick, he would throw some bullets out there. So Jameis Winston looked good too. 8 for 9, 89 yards. 9%. I mean 9.9 uh yards per attempt.
Yeah.
So
All right. So that was a good first game. Overall,
yeah.
I think we got a little taste of what we're gonna see as far as the Harbaugh era is concerned. But with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, we're gonna slide over to the spotlight, man. The
Right, right,
Harbaugh and the
right, right.
Harbaugh era. The Harbaugh era.
Yes,
The
sir.
reason we are here today,
Yes, sir.
like, what did it look like to you? I'm gonna let you start it off, and then I'll kind of go through a few things that I saw, few
It
few
looks
points that I picked out.
right. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. Looks like we're going to be a resilient team. Our quarterback takes a big hit. What do we do on the next play? Have like a 40-yard screen play?
Yep.
They think that we're about to just lay down and get ready to punt. No, come back with a big play, get into the end zone, and then our quarterback comes back and throws a touchdown. Um, Resiliency. It looks like we're going to be a smash mouth team. We had 27 runs to 21 passing attempts. It looks like we're going to be a running football team, smash mouth. Um, we're going to have our fullback in there. People are going to have some bumps and bruises after playing us. We're going to be a physical team.
Mhm.
After watching that game, you could see that Harbaugh doesn't take. He's not. He's not one for the BS. Tracy missed that block. Najee Harris came in a couple of days later, ready, getting ready to make some blocks or do whatever he has to do. We gave him a little contract. See if he gets into this Miami game. If he's able to block and look good, that might just take. Tracy just lost some carries just because of one play. Then on the defensive side, Arvo Reese popped on contact. He was looking pretty good. Everyone was looking aggressive. This whole team, even on special team, Arvel Reese had he was looking aggressive on special teams. Our whole team is just looking more physical and belt ready, more football ready. All those long, grueling practices have these players' bodies in shape. Um, we left the game, knock on wood, with no crazy injuries.
Mhm.
So the things that Harbaugh was doing earlier, as far as getting the proper machinery to make sure these players, if this player's tendon needs more rest or X, Y, Z, A, B, C, things like that.
Yeah.
Just the little things that we don't see, they're getting done. So, and there was no real crazy offensive penalties like false start. Um, Especially from the first or second team that I can remember offhand. So that's good. Some defensive penalties, but those are more of aggression, and I'll live with aggressive penalties because you're getting in these. You're making sure that these other players know that it's not going to be easy. So I see the physicality. I see that showing. Harbaugh is allowing this team to be in his image of a fast, strong football team that's
Yeah.
that's not going to f around.
Yep. Yep. You hit the nail on the head. You definitely hit like a few of the points that I had put out here, man. Like the physicality was the first thing that I had said, just like you just
Mhm,
stated. The first thing you notice when you watch the team, more physical. They're getting to the ball. They're getting
mhm.
their blocks quick. They're knocking people back. I saw Arvell Reese run into the hole and crack their fullback, knock this man
Yeah,
around. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different there's a different energy, a new vibe coming from New York, and I love it. Run the ball, just like you said, we're trying to be a smash mouth football team. So I saw them really attempting to run the ball more. So I really love that.
yeah.
Front seven look good. Our line looks good. Again,
Mhm.
we don't have not everybody was out there, but the line looks good. Maui Noah looked good in his first time we got to see him at guard.
Yeah,
Um, so physicality, and they were equipped for 4 quarters. We didn't really see like fatigue errors. It was
right.
more of like they were excited. They were ready to
Yeah,
go, like the false starts and stuff like that. We gotta definitely eliminate those. But they were excited. They were ready to go. Two, the discipline, right? We
mhm,
had quite a few penalties, assignment mistakes with like some of the quarterbacks and things of that nature. But they were adjusted and it didn't seem like the same mistakes were being made throughout the whole game.
right.
So it was small little things here and there, but he definitely has them. The communication and everything is tight. So I really love to see that from him. Situational football is what they're being prepped to play, right?
Right.
Um, the fourth quarter, they had that 62-yard field goal that they could have went for. He decided not to do it.
Mhm.
He's knowing like the wind and everything like that. He'd rather not take the chance. He's rather going to try to move further up the field. So like he has. I see his decision making.
Yeah,
He's building the mental like I want to win the game.
yeah,
I'm not trying to take chances. I want to win the game.
yep,
Um, Special teams, of course, just like I was just talking about. I
yeah,
think Stout had a good day. Of course, he got a few punts in there. Like
yeah,
I said, I didn't want to see the punts and things of that nature.
yeah. That
Um,
was a
but
lot of punts.
Barrios and Cambry, they made some good plays with their returns and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But Harbaugh, he has his special teams on lock.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
He's probably in that room paying attention a lot more than previous coaches.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of the times those 1 point, 2 point games, it's
Yeah.
break is made though. Those are what make or break the game. At the end,
Mhm.
we have
Yeah.
the next thing I put was like player development. Right, we got Malachi Fields. We see him growing.
Yeah.
See him catching touchdowns. He's blocking. He's running special teams. Um, we got younger guys, like I said before,
Yeah.
Jack Kelly flying around, Arvo
Yeah.
Reese flying around, Maui Noah looks like he's growing into his own.
Yeah.
Um, Even
Um,
DJ Reader, I still want to see a little bit more from him. He's not a rookie, but I want to see not DJ
you said
Reader, I'm sorry.
Darius Alexander.
Alexander. Darius
Yeah.
Alexander. I want to see more from him this season too. And he's getting
Yeah.
a lot more playing time in these preseason games. So I
Yeah.
definitely want to see him step up as well. Response to adversity.
Yeah.
They could have easily kept Dart out of the game,
Mhm.
but he allowed him to go back in and finish that drive. He said he was going to play 2 drives. He let him finish the drive once once he got cleared out of the blue tent.
Right.
Um, Allen threw the 2 interceptions, man, but he continued to be aggressive with the play calling, even with him being in the game.
That's Matt Nagy right there. That's one thing I like to see, that Matt Nagy is dialing up plays that are giving players chances, and it's aggressive.
Yeah,
So, I like that, especially because I know he didn't really open. He was probably on page one of the playbook.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he kept it simple. So
Who was it?
I'm liking the play call by Matt Nagy.
Who was the coach?
Brian Callahan,
No, last year.
Brian Daboll.
Nope. After him.
Oh, you talking about the offensive coordinator?
That became the coach.
The offensive coordinator that became the
After they
coach?
fired Dayball.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Dang, why you look it up. I feel
See, we
like I
did this with the defensive coordinator last
Yeah,
week.
exactly, bro. We trying to get uh
Long story short,
Hmm.
you wouldn't have seen this. You wouldn't have seen the same play calling out of him after the two interceptions.
Mike Kafka.
Kafka, there we go.
There you
After the
go.
two interceptions, you wouldn't have seen the same play calling. We
Yeah.
would have seen it like it. He would have went into a shell. He'd have become very timid. We would have seen a completely different offense. But Nagy continued to move down the field. They continued to be aggressive, and they wanted to win this game. So I do appreciate them continuing to try. Last thing, last thing I'll say is like sideline energy, body language. Like
Yeah.
Harbaugh was engaged the whole time. He also it made it like the whole team's aura vibe just seemed like they were focused, attentive, and they were ready to ball. So he just
Yeah.
has a new vibe on the sideline to me from what I'm
Hmm.
looking at. Because I'm looking at everything when I'm watching this preseason game now because Harbaugh is really going to determine what's going to happen in these next few years. You know,
Yeah. He's
if we're trying to make sure that we get to the Super Bowl before 2030, we got to make sure that the coach that we just put in place is gonna, show us some progress. And I think we're definitely moving in
right.
the right direction.
He's a coach. He's a coach's coach.
Yes.
He's not like a player's coach where it's just playing Biggie in the locker room and dancing. Like if you win an important game, yeah, he might boogie a little bit, but for the most part, until we get there, until we're a good team where the rest of the NFL knows it, he gonna stay locked in and focused.
Yep.
So and besides that, he's like in his 60s. Like
Yeah.
the man,
Yeah.
my man probably using Bengay on his knees and shit.
Yo, stop it. That man is in the he is in the weight
You
room
seen him
for
squatting?
any of our players. So he's still out here balling, bro. He good.
Okay.
um but let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. We're gonna move into wait, do you have anything else you want to add before we slide into the standard?
Um, no, man, just we touched on everything. I did say something about Deontay Banks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said about him getting in on that run game. That was because you said player development, and I got that as one of my notes. Like, I'm just happy to see that the young man is trying to get in there. You said his head turned, so like
Yeah, yeah.
becoming a more well-rounded corner. So there
Yep.
we go.
Yep, I'm excited to see it. I hope it actually translates to the season, translates to the field.
Yeah.
Um, moving right along, guys, we're gonna go to the standard. The standard this week. The standard this week. We're reviewing the Dolphins, man. We got the Dolphins at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Um, what needs to improve? Key players to watch. What we want to see in game two, right?
Yeah. I want to see domination. I want
Definitely
to see
want domination,
domination.
and I want to
Yeah.
see Dart with maybe 3 drives this time, and I just want to see some.
You might get the whole first quarter, bro.
Hey, if we get the whole first quarter, the main thing I want to see is some
That's
consistency.
probably
I
like
want to
two
see some
drives.
consistency with the offense. I want to see them actually move the ball. I don't want to see the first drive ending in a 4 and out. Like again,
Well,
I
there you go.
understand, but I've seen it too many times. I don't like the 4 and out to start the game. I feel like that kind of affects
Yeah.
momentum. They did turn around and get right back on, get right back into it, but I want to see like a faster start.
Right.
Um,
I mean, Dart was like one of the few rookies to have a touchdown on one of his first drives, like first 5 drives last season. So I want to see him get back to that starting this game, like
mhm.
from this game into the season, starting your first drive, getting a touchdown, putting pressure on the other team off rip. So
Yeah, I just want to see him continue to get comfortable in Nagy's offense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
Nagy adds a few more plays, but I just don't want to see him looking frantic. I want to see him looking comfortable. Hopefully, Callahan has his footwork right, has his eyes in the right location, so that way he's seeing what he's supposed to see when he's out there. Um, and protect himself.
Yeah,
Best
yeah,
availability is being available, so protect
yeah.
yourself, be
The best
smart.
abilities
I don't want you
availability.
to lose your aggression that you had last year, but I want you to
Right,
be smart about it. Like don't be out here trying to truck people in the first quarter.
right. Yeah,
Live to play another down.
yeah. I
Um
mean, that's what you want to see from Dart. I want to see him see. I want to see 3 receivers get the ball. I want to see Calvin Austin get the ball. I want to see Darnell Mooney get the ball. I want to see Darius Slayton get the ball. You know what I'm saying? I want the the love to be spread around.
Yep.
I don't want it to just be Isaiah Likely on third down only. Like, hit Calvin Austin on a slant,
Well, we
just
get.
spread it around.
I want to see the.
Maybe
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm about to say, yeah, maybe the running backs get a pass or two, something like that. This way, even if it's simple, if it's just like slants and the running backs like right next to him and he just goes out, like whatever it may be, like I want him to actually get to that second read.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I,
Just some
maybe.
stuff so we can see the progression. I'm just glad he's not turning the ball over.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. I want
but
to
he was
see again, like you said, connect to more receivers, but I want to see the run game become more fluid, so that way when he's hitting these play actions, we have players, like we can hit the players in their route. It's not everything has to be that broken play,
mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. So again, more fluidity, and that also comes from the play calling, from Nagy. So I definitely want to see that. I want to see the
Yeah.
quarterback make sure that he's protected. I want to make
Right.
sure that he stays upright. So we got to make sure that we're not missing assignments, making sure that our line is blocking for Dart, and not putting him any situations to where he can get injured. We definitely don't want to see that, especially not in preseason. So no free rushers like we saw in the first game.
Yeah.
Keep number 6 clean. I don't know if JMS is still going to be under the concussion
Concussion
protocol,
protocol.
but I definitely want to see JMS back under center. So
Yeah.
kind
And
of
I
get
feel
that.
like that's another thing. Like our run game, we didn't have our starting center and our starting left tackle out there. Now Noah, he looks okay, but you can see there was a couple plays where he had his head down and he was able to help spring a couple of runs, but we didn't get to see any like one-on-one pass sets,
Yeah.
you know. Um you can still see the fact that the guard position is like
Mhm.
he's getting better at it,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's everything's still taking time. It's not like he let up a sack or anything like that. So it was just
The growing
it's
pain.
just a work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah, like that I expect with more reps. It was his first game and first
Hmm.
NFL action, you know what I'm saying? So like I expect
Right.
with reps he'll be able to um work those kinks out. That won't be anything major.
Right. And then especially when you're with your starting center and the offensive line, like if Andrew Thomas is there, you can slide away from Andrew Thomas. Like you can leave him one on one. You know what I'm saying? When it's who is it? Mbo left tackle, I think started or something like that. So it's
Yeah.
just like you got to shift the line that way. So certain things like that. So we'll see. I don't think Andrew Thomas is going to play on this one either, but
I
we'll just want
shoot,
to see progress.
I don't need him to play at all in the preseason. So
Yeah, him,
shoot.
Malik Neighbors. For real, we don't really necessarily even see Brian Burns. Um,
Honestly, nah, none of it. Yeah,
yeah,
y'all just
maybe Edmonds for like the first defensive series next to Arvell, and then Edmonds get out there just so he can move. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I
you
want them
know,
to play this game, and then the third game, I just want them to put like the rest of the
yeah,
roster
they're not
out
gonna play
there.
anybody in the third game.
Yeah, the
They're not gonna
third
play anybody.
game, just put whoever so we can figure out who we're chopping for the final
Yeah,
16.
exactly. It's just that's a cut game. And you know what? Even more so, what I want to see in this game, I want to see them put Odell on the first team. Odell was running wide open. We didn't even say nothing about Odell. Odell had a couple of catches.
Yeah,
Odell should have had a touchdown. He got a slant. He caught it, and it's just like Odell. I'm glad
he's
he didn't show any emotions, like trying to go crazy. Like he was just wide open. He just had his hand open.
because he knows
Like,
he knows it's on tape. He knows it's on
yeah,
tape. That's what you got. Like when you look at when you review it, I can't even believe I didn't say nothing about Odell, bro. I apologize.
good.
Look,
Yeah, I know,
you
right?
can definitely see in the videos when he's playing against these corners and things of that nature. Like the separation is still there. He had that one
Mhm.
fly on the right side. He had
Yes,
the
that's
broken
what I was.
coverage when he had that fly up the middle with
Yeah,
the
when he was in the slot.
where Winston didn't see him. Then we had that slant across the right across Winston's face when he got sacked. Like if he would have hit Odell on that one, that would have been another like big play for him. So it's
Right.
like it's all on tape, and you know for a fact
Mhm.
they see it because he was breaking down some corners that are trying to like
Mhm.
fight to be on a roster. You know,
Exactly, and it's sad. It's sad that that's the competition he has to go against is just because of the situation, how the cookies crumbled for him.
and that one
So
snipe,
I
the
see him
snipe
getting
we called.
more reps.
Yep, he's definitely gonna get more reps. He's definitely gonna get more reps.
I hope that they rotate him in the first team and we get a dart to Odell
I would.
pass
That's
instead.
literally what I was just about to say. I want to see Dart
Yeah,
being able to hit.
because we here, man. Because we here.
Yep.
That's why. So
Exactly. I just when we see that connection, bro, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go.
yeah, yeah,
I
and he
think.
got an
I think
ovation when he came
Miami.
onto the
He's
field.
had he's had really good games against Miami too. So I think we'll
Yeah,
definitely see Odell get into the end zone this weekend. So
yeah, and then he played for Miami, so the fact that that's where he kind of like people have his last tape of him actually playing. Whatever was in Miami, it was just like he didn't do too well. Now you have to be like, yeah,
yeah, let me show
let me let
y'all
me let me
why.
get right.
Let me show y'all what it is.
Hmm.
Another thing I want to see is, to be honest, how our defense handles Malik Willis and Halfley's new offense. I'm curious to see if is Miami going to try to get Arch Manning? Are they going for the number one draft spot, or are they going to have
That's
one
the
the
Jets,
season?
bro. The Jets about to go for Arch. That's why they signed Gino. I thought we talked about this with Bart Scott. That's why they went and got Gino. That's why Oakland got Mendoza, bro. Like, come on. What are we doing here? And
No,
Gino, you was a solid quarterback. You can still sling the rock, but bro, yeah, it's becoming
I want to see our defense stop A Chain if they play
yeah.
him. I just need to see better from our run defense, I should say. That's what I really
Mhm,
want.
yeah.
I really want
I
to
feel
see
like
that this weekend.
bro, I feel like this Miami game, like it's about to look bad for them because we've heard about these joint practices with the Giants versus Miami.
Oh yeah, let me get in.
Uh,
Let's get into that real quick
bro,
because I got
our
I
defensive
literally just
line.
took some notes and I saw some videos today after the fact, and I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, you remember how I said, I love the aggression. I love the aggression. It's been getting a little chippy
Yeah,
out
they
there
was
in Miami,
boxing out
boy.
there. Abdul Carter was like,
A
"What's
hundred,
up,
a hundred
bro?"
degrees. So listen. Whole situation. There was one major situation where their
It was like a
offensive tackle Austin Jackson punched Arvell Reese and Kayvon Thibodeau, shoved him to the ground immediately. So that was one of
ooh,
the biggest altercations. Um, then they had another one where Jermaine Illuminor had a little scruffle with somebody, grabbed somebody's face mask. Jameis Winston even got into it with somebody else.
yeah, I heard about Jameis too.
So like
He be pointing his finger in people's
If we
face.
got Jameis out there getting scrappy, you already know the
Yeah,
defense, the team is on different time this year. So
we physical.
people don't
Ooh,
know. People not paying attention to this. But look, so overall recap from today's practice, right?
go ahead.
Competitive physical. Um Giants defense dominated the day, especially the pass rush. Uh Heat index, they crossed 100 degrees, so emotions were flaring. Jaxson Dart had one of his best practices, completed multiple downfield passes, was very efficient, connected with tight end Isaiah Likely, 17 of 21 for the day, one interception during 11 on 11s. So Dart was balling today.
Hmm.
Malachi Fields keeps showing up. He was
Yeah.
targeted twice during 2-minute drills, continues to build chemistry with Dart. Najee Harris got into 11 on 11 work today. He said he looked good running downhill.
Very
Um,
good. He was a 1,000 yard back 4 seasons in a row.
listen
Like,
to this. The defensive pass rush was so ferocious that Miami had to take the offensive line inside to speak to them for a few minutes before to
oh
bring them back out.
damn. Yo, this said, hold up, bro. Stop practice. Yo, come here, bro. Come here, bro. What is going on?
Yo,
What is
you
going
can
on? Are you good?
you can see this information. It's on ESPN.com. I'm telling you, I read it. Like they had to stop, take their offensive side, have a conversation, and be like, "Yo, like, do y'all really want to play football? Like, what we do?"
They said like Golston had like a 3 sacks or like the most sacks by
Bro,
defensive lineman today. Like,
it was the notes that I'm looking at, bro. It's looking crazy. Now
yeah,
a few scares. We got the injury update. CC left practice with a stinger.
yeah,
Um
I seen that.
Harbaugh said it's not anything serious. Malik didn't practice, of course, but that was planned.
Right.
They said Darius Alexander was seeing trainers on the side with no helmet on as well, but again, it was debunked
No,
as not that deep. So we'll
okay.
see. We got to continue to
Bumps
watch.
and bruises, man. Bumps and bruises.
So we gotta continue looking at that. But as far as the practice today, it got a little chippy. It got a little chippy, but it does look like the Giants kind of dominated on offense
Yeah.
and defense.
I
So
can see why they wanted to fight because we was whooping their ass.
that's
That's why.
that's the only time the fight starts, when somebody
Mm-hmm.
smacked and they don't know what to do about it. So all they can do
Right.
is try to swing on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Defense took over. Jaxson Dart continued to make strides. Malachi Fields is climbing. Defense, the whole team showed real edge, and Harbaugh's final message was, "We left here better than we came." So
There we go.
I'm excited to see what's going on Saturday. We got at 4:00. We're gonna see the next preseason game,
Yeah.
and that's gonna bring me over to our roll call. You already know we got to roll call. You already know we got
There
to
we
bring
go.
everybody into the episode, man. I gotta ask you guys. After what we saw from the first game and what we're hearing from this practice right now, what you guys
Mm-hmm.
think is gonna happen on Saturday? Who do you have? We got Miami or we got New York?
I'm trying to see up to the ass.
Hey,
For real.
I'm gonna ask you, and as well as everybody else that's watching, man. As far as we kind of are assuming what's gonna happen as far as the end result for the game, but as far as a player, who's a player, a young player, I want to know, like one of our rookies, who's a young player we want to look at, see what kind of performance they're gonna give us on Saturday.
I want to see Jack Kelly. I want to see him repeat and get better. I want to have a better pass rush. He had 100% win rate. Get better. Get a sack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get tackle for loss.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Jack Kelly, you're making a name for yourself on this team. You're gonna make the roster. Keep keep going 100 miles per hour. Even if you do something wrong, 100 miles per hour, run through a motherfucking wall. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I want to see Jack Kelly do well. This way we know in the future we might have two solid starting linebackers in Arbel Reese and Jack Kelly.
yeah,
Who knows?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That those could be our linebacker duo of the future. So, and they both came in the same draft, one at the top, one at the back. So it's just like Jack Kelly, that you got it, dog. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
And then that's the player I want to see.
For me, it's gonna be.
Yup.
I want to see Colton Hood. I want to see him get some more reps, kind
Mm-hmm.
of wash out those rookie mistakes, get to look at the tape, see his mistakes that he made during the plays that he actually got in on the last game, and make
Mm-hmm.
the adjustment, man. I want to see him, like the hype that we were building up for him coming in. I want to make sure that it's not just another cornerback that we kind of hype him up during the off season starts, and then it's like, damn, what happened? So I
Right.
want to see Colton Hood come into the NFL corner and start locking shit down, man. I believe
Yeah,
he can
bro. I
do it.
mean,
I'm hyped to see what he can do. I believe he can do it, and let's get it done, man.
yeah, bro.
That's it,
Yup.
man. That's all we got for you guys this week. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. We appreciate you guys spending your time. If you haven't liked the video already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you aren't already subscribed, hype the video, share it with your friends and family, and we will be back to see y'all next week. Hey, this is a new era. This is the standard.
Sure.
Peace.
Let's go, Giants.
Big Blue Reborn.